Well, I've been up for 18 hours, so I'm kind of in that weird high where everything's a little dreamy right now. So I guess the best place to start, in my opinion, would be defining what a portrait is. And to me, a portrait is a reflection of the person that you're taking it of. So you're trying to capture some sort of uniqueness of that person. And I think Ken and I, even every time we get together, we always talk about this and the reflection of what your portrait says about you as a photographer versus what it's saying about the subject, and like where you find this kind of meeting place,
right,
to make art out of it, you know,
right,
because you can see several pictures of the same person, several portraits of the same person, and they look all completely different because there's always that element of the photographer being put into it.
right.
So I guess I will go first then, with that being said. So this is a self-portrait of me and what I've been up to during quarantine. So the idea of this and how I'm interpreting a personalist portrait is I'm trying to give you a sense of me and everything that I have been up to during quarantine without actually showing myself in the photograph.
Yeah, right. I like that.
And so I kind of I watched The Shining not too long ago again, and that's kind of where I got the idea of, you know, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Because that's pretty much how I've been feeling, is I got to do something while I'm stuck in quarantine. I got to make art. I got to do something, and I haven't. This is probably the first attempt at it. However, if you look into this picture, you see I've been doing a lot of reading, a lot of prestige comic book collecting,
Yep.
Video game playing, writing, baking. I've been baking a lot of bread. And I actually have a motor to a fan that I was taking apart because I'm doing some repairs around the house too in there. That has basically been my time. And then of course, you know, we have the bare ass on the side because it's got to have a little bit of, I guess, cheekiness, for lack of a better term.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. Pun completely intended. And I've also been attempting to read Dune for the first time since I was a kid and did not understand it. I didn't realize how much of a homophobe that Frank Herbert is, and so I'm also dealing with reading that and separating the artist from the art, and you know, that's coming up a lot, I think, in modern society and with the Me Too movement and everything. So there's my photo.
Well, I love that. I mean, that's what I was trying to wrap my mind around, but I couldn't quite do it. So that really helps me as far as capturing who you are without putting you in the picture, putting your face in the picture. So that's awesome. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, I love it. Are you selling Animal Crossing objects on the black market, David?
No, but I have made a couple of purchases on the black market.
And what kind of food is that right there? Those are the two things that caught my eye.
That is banana bread.
Oh, that's what I was wondering too.
That is a staple to any quarantine household right now.
That is a great idea.
Mine would be an acai bowl. I've been eating so many.
That sounds delicious and way more complex than just throwing squashed bananas into an oven.
I love that. I love the food. I when I bought this shirt, you know, it was much larger. I don't know what happened, but 5 months. Maybe I'm using hot water. Okay, here we got some other people coming in. I think some people had the wrong link. There's Grace. I didn't think Grace was going to make it.
I think the bite out of the cake helps put the person in this personalist portrait.
Yes.
Yeah.
Could do that would be if the pen was on the pad.
Well, if you notice, I tried to kind of line up to the edge where it's like where I just recently did like the most sketchiest part of it, and I have the tip kind of hit there. I did play with it a couple of times on the pad laid out there, and it didn't look quite right. Same with the bread without the bite. I mean, that was me basically eating it as I'm taking the picture.
Right.
Sounds like Grace is in traffic.
I am. I'm driving to a curry place so I can pick up some Indian food for me and Rob.
Rab. She's in a hurry
Yeah.
for curry.
I'm playing tech support right now. If someone can send this link to Rob, hint, 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 Will, hint, 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 text
I
message.
I
hint,
just
hint.
barely got the link myself.
I got it. I'm on it.
Yeah. But if you can send it to him, it's easier for me because I'm in a car.
What are you gonna buy? What are you buying at the Indian restaurant, Grace?
Oh, I am getting myself something vegetarian. I don't know. Probably eggplant and some aloo gobi.
Yeah.
And then Rob wants chicken tikka masala and some goat curry.
Sounds excellent.
So I'm playing tech support today. And, Will, you can play tech support too. Just saying.
I don't play tech support. I get paid good money for tech support.
Well, anyhow, that's where I'm going right now. I'm going to go pick up some curry, and then I'm going to head to Rob's and take care of his Mac issues.
Bummer. Did somebody take care of Grace's request for a?
Yes, I sent it to Rob.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if he has my number, but I have his.
Yeah, that should be good enough.
Awesome.
All right, so I guess I should stop sharing and let somebody else go, or should I just keep this as the background?
I have two of them. I have one of mine, and I have one of somebody that couldn't make it here. So.
Oh, let's critique somebody who can't defend themselves.
Okay. There we go. I gotta find it.
Share mine. So, David, I kind of did the same thing you did. It was basically my desk. That's my life these days.
Oh, that wasn't my desk. That was my set made up to look like my desk. I'm a photographer. I work in studio.
Oh my God, that's so badass.
So this is from Veronica.
Oh, that's awesome.
She's she wanted to be here, but I think she's still working. She got stuck working. And she is X_Veronica with a K _X on Instagram. She's like she's a musician, and she takes pictures, and so sort of multifaceted artist.
Attitude, obviously.
Yeah, and so this is what she said. She sent me some stuff just recently on Instagram. Says this is a character piece modeled after me for a miniature board game called Wild in the Streets. The game is a death match between different subcultural gangs while trying to complete a particular objective. My character is in the straight edge gang. So in a way, it's a selfless self-portrait.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think?
For it being a miniature like that, it has a lot of attitude. Like, I mean, I wouldn't want to mess with her game piece in the game at all. Makes me want to see what some of the other game pieces look like.
Yeah.
So I mean, technically speaking, it's nice. I like the detail. I like the shallowness of the depth of field.
It's got a nice color palette to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just very much about the person. That's where I kind of get stuck, is that although it does not have a live person in it, it might as well, because it's all about the person.
Right.
Used in any way to really make it not just about the game piece, which is a person.
or maybe it would have been interesting to see the game piece in the element of the game.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
what I was thinking too. Or
very, very
or
presented as a person.
yeah, like it is. I mean, as far as critiquing, the only thing that I really would have said is that if it's just about this game piece, about the person, that one stem that's in front of the bars there in the background, I would have moved that one stem that's got that angle, and then maybe put something else a little bit more in the foreground as far as the leaves or branches or something. But otherwise, giving it more of an environment with the other game pieces or some kind of other prop might have worked better.
Cool.
Yeah, even if it was just, falling out of depth too. It would have been, I don't know, it feels out of place just being alone like that to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
then again, maybe it's symbolic of something, just being alone like that. I don't know.
Right.
It can
It's-
be, but the fact that you're questioning it, like, it's not conveying the message then, if that's
Mhm.
what it is.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's just my thought, is that it either needs to be just a hair more just about this piece, the subject, or it needs to be a little bit more of an environment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. Let me see. Let me get mine.
I'm just sitting back here observing, sorry, because I mean, I couldn't even think of anything to do. So this is all very interesting. I love, just seeing what came to people's minds. And is this another one of Veronica's?
This one's mine.
This one is
Oh,
cannot
okay, cool.
find.
Oh, awesome. Looks like James Dean, is that right?
Wow, that's pretty good because like it actually is a James Dean doll, and I was actually even gonna take him to a place where he was in a movie in this
Mhm.
costume,
Oh, that would be
But then I thought he
cool.
doesn't even look like James Dean to me. His face looks like.
Oh,
There's a show called the Transformers. Those marionettes. Was it the Transformers? What were they called?
mhm.
Back in
Thunderbird.
No, it was
Thunder.
It was Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Thunderbirds,
that's
yeah.
right.
And to me, that's what he looks like. He looks like somebody from the Thunderbirds.
Mhm.
Then so I ended up just shooting him in a I just tried to find a really old area near where I live, like an old strip mall, and there's this barber shop, and I put him out there, and I think this is some of that glass, one of those pieces of glass that I got from my friend, and I realized that he kind of looks neat in like really old urban settings, because I had friends that their dads had a haircut like this, and they lived in areas like this, when I was a kid. Some of my friends, their dads, they had slick hair because, I'm old. So it got me thinking about maybe doing more of this type of photo, like taking him to old places and seeing, how he fits in there. And
Well, that's cool.
it's shot on, old, it's expired gold. I think this was gold 400. And it's processed in black and white chemistry, I can't remember the name of the developer. Rodinal. So
I really like the edges and like the holes and how they look like double exposed and stuff, almost like it's a still from a movie or something. It's very cinematic.
Yeah, it gives it that
Yes.
old film reel look. Yeah.
do you know why that happened, Frank? Because I'm curious as to why that they're so they're protruding into the actual image.
It could be the small I don't know what to call it. The things that actually advance the film could be like weathered down, so it fell off, or the outer part of like the shutter started to deteriorate, so it's exposing more.
It did get an error. I shot
It
this
looks really
F100, and it did get an error, on the feed, but it still kept shooting. So I just, and I shot it, and near the middle, the error stopped, but I'm pretty sure this little precarious sprocket thing is going throughout the entire,
Yeah, the sprockets.
24 shots.
Yeah, something's definitely misaligned, and you'll probably never be able to recreate it again. So enjoy it now.
Yeah.
I mean, as a fan of toy photography, I always like it when you could blend the background into making it look like it's the world that they exist in. So, I mean, it makes it more of a portrait by seeing the letters of the building behind him. Like, it feels more environmental to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but it looks more like John Kennedy to me than James Dean.
See?
That's what it is. Yeah.
Martin Sheen. Looks like Martin Sheen.
Oh, that's actually
Yeah.
pretty good too. I'll go with that.
It's possibly the same head, right? Don't they just take that same head and they put it on the Kennedy doll and the,
Wait, isn't it $6 Million Man?
I thought it was that robot from Terminator 2.
Oh, Grace is back in her car.
We're back in the Grace Wave. Woo!
Yeah. So that's it. That's my little experiment.
Nice. You made him look like people.
That was cool.
All right, who's next? Yeah, this is my
Frank.
class, guys.
Frank, are you ready? I've got to let the dogs out real quick, so I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
That was a euphemism, right?
No, he has a bunch of dogs.
All right. Nobody else did the assignment. I feel like this is a class, actually.
I did,
Did you
but
already look
I'm
at
not ready
mine?
yet.
Frank's working on it right now.
I don't know. I
Not
wasn't
ready yet.
around. I was buying Indian food.
All I'm hearing is it wasn't done on time, and therefore you guys automatically got a B-.
I don't know. Did you look at mine?
I only took this as credit, no credit.
Grace, how are we looking at yours? Did you turn it in somewhere?
Frank and both can have it. Both of them have
Yeah.
Oh, we have it?
I saw it. I guess Ken didn't yet.
Haven't seen
How
it.
do you
But-
how do you share the photos? I'm sorry. I mean,
Oh, you just go on the bottom of your screen. It says share. Are you on
Okay.
a telephone? The little green.
yeah, I'm on a phone.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll try to get something ready, but it's like
That's the
really
spirit.
last minute.
You might as well. Everyone else is still working on their phone.
Yeah, but this is pretty much, yeah, it'll reflect who I am for sure, or where my head is all the time. Anyway, let me try to get it going here.
Right. I like this. It's like a workshop and a gallery, at the same time.
You like anything that gets thrown your way, though, Ken. I haven't heard you say you hate this once.
What? Haven't said what?
You have never said, I hate this. So.
Oh, I hate so many things. Believe me, I hate so many things.
Oh, see, now we're getting somewhere.
Yes. Yes, I agree with David. We're getting somewhere.
So let me put on my emperor hood, and you can tell me all about your hatred, and I will be saying, good, good.
Agreed. I will be there. I will put on some sort of outfit too.
Trying to get Grace's photo into the into this Zoom. Let's see.
I wonder if I can share mine. Hang on. Let me see if I can try this. I've never tried it on a phone.
Don't crash your car, Grace.
Yeah, let's not.
Yeah, don't.
Is this working?
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, it is faster than me.
Okay. So that's just like daily for me.
Yeah, that just looks like
Everyday
house.
environment.
I've seen that shot before.
I know. It's basically how I spend 90% of my days these days. I am on my desktop watching YouTube videos, and I'm on my laptop just doing other work.
It's so clean, Grace.
I was going
Yeah.
to say, it's a whole lot cleaner than my workspace for sure.
I do this almost every day. I have to clean it, or else it looks like an insane mess.
The trash is just stacked outside of the frame.
It is. There is like
Wall of
there's a
plastic
couple
bags.
things outside of frame, but not much.
What did you take this on?
Oh, my iPhone.
Is that the iPhone with the multiple lenses? It looks like it's a pretty wide one.
Yeah, this is an iPhone 11. It's taken with wide-angle camera.
Cheater.
That is not cheating.
I
That's
really
just
like it
using
with the
a
wide angle.
lens, fucker.
I only say that because I'm jealous.
Anyway, let me unshare this. There we go.
I like that.
What did you use like a filter or an app to
I
make it black and white?
used Snapseed to just convert it to black and white, and I had to add a little extra contrast, but that's about it.
Nice.
But yeah,
I like-
that is like my daily life now. That is me almost every day now.
So, okay, I thought looking at it is you're trying to make it like it's your daily life, but you're removing yourself from it.
It depends on the hour.
But that's what I'm saying. You're saying if this is 90% of your life, then this photo now represents 10% of your life when you're not there because you're not in the photo.
It's mostly me.
Personalist
It's
portrait.
like my notebook is there, my laptop is there, my computer's there. My computer is there for me to,
But you're
watch
saying
YouTube
you're usually
videos.
there 90% of the time.
It is. And, the assignment is portraitless persons.
I know.
Or
But
whatever.
it doesn't feel like that because it feels like if this shot is with you in it 90% of the time, by you taking yourself out of it, it like kind of defeats the purpose of the shot. Like,
Just
yes,
imagine
it's
it's me going to get lunch.
But does anyone else see what I'm saying?
I know what you mean, but I mean, like, the only difference would be me in it.
Well, I think that's part of the assignment. The challenge behind the assignment was to take yourself out of the portrait, or take a person out of the portrait.
But still
So the
have
subject-
a portrait within there.
It is. It is me. This is my life at this point. Like, I actually, what you don't see is that I actually have hang on, Rob's on the other line. Let me answer that. I'll come back to you guys.
Let's talk about Grace's place while she's gone. Is that a telephone I see?
Yes, and it looks like it actually plugs into the wall. How weird.
Yep,
How does that work?
that's official.
Into the wall.
It's so clean. It's so tidy.
I know.
Official office.
So my
Once it has that phone, it's an official
it could
office.
almost be anybody's office.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess that's my point too. Is it's just like I don't see the personalization of it. It looks too clean, too crisp. You just took a person out, and I can't tell you anything about that person except they might have been in an episode of Brady Bunch where they had a teach God idol.
And
I
they
think her
know what a bowling pin
glasses.
Someone's off in the living room screaming, "Beaver!"
They bowl. They like to bowl.
I really like the aspect of doing the challenges because it really shows that the creative side of someone comes from so many different angles, and you can have completely different perspectives of a challenge. What comes to someone's mind is going to be completely different than what comes to your mind, and that's what I really like about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, she's back. Everyone be quiet. We were just saying how much we love it, Grace.
Well, I think the fact her glasses are in there kind of give it a signature
Now I
of
do.
it
That's
being
a good
her,
point.
along
Yeah,
with
good point.
a little bit of personalization on the top, and the fact that the glasses, the phone, and the camera, which is also hers to represent Grace, like kind of point to the empty seat.
Okay.
So it kind of brings attention to it.
Okay, to play devil's
But
advocate.
I
Knowing Grace,
understand not the bleakness, but like the mundane kind of desk that you could see a lot of the desk, and it's not a personalized desk. It's not a personalized
Okay, also,
everything.
to what you said, Frank, what's the one thing that's missing?
Her.
No. The half bottle of wine.
Alcohol?
Oh,
No. It's there. If you look
It's
really
implied.
carefully, there's 2 cups on the desk. One desk is water. The other cup is actually beer. If you look really closely.
Oh.
Okay.
But anyway,
Yeah, so there you
can
go.
someone send the link? Yeah. If someone sends the link and only the link to Rob's text message, can you please do it? Because I can't do it easily right now, and Rob really wants to get on this convo.
Does he not have
Okay.
Zoom? Because I sent him the
He
the
has
link.
Zoom.
He would still need
but-
to enter all the things in to get into the room.
He has Zoom, and I think he's just having, tech problems because of his age.
Do I have his? Let me see if I have his.
I'm calling him.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, good. Okay. So just have Will take care of it. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, if you just take a look at the picture carefully, there is beer on that desk in that photo. So I am drinking, I'm working, I'm watching YouTube videos, I am, doing my work at the same time. And all the crap on top is normally just living there.
Well, it's a good personless environmental portrait.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, the bowling pin, I'll tell you where it's from. The bowling pin is a trophy I won because I was in a photo as fashion project, and that's what they gave as a trophy because, it was just funny. It was at Cypress College. The 2 trophies are from penmanship. The piggy banks is because I keep different amounts of money in there. There's like a naked lady statue on there that my dad made. So my dad apparently likes naked chicks.
Right.
There's another piggy bank that looks like a monkey. It's from Hawaii. It's from me traveling. There's a clock on there because I got that as a wedding gift one time when I got married back in the day. And then there's like another little thing I got from my video store guy that's like a Hawaiian mask. And I watch a lot of movies and I thought it was cool, and so I kept it on there.
The mask, is that the time you went to Hawaii and your brother Greg entered a surf contest?
Not me. No, we just it's just from the video store guy. The video store guy gave it to us.
The video store guy, Barry Williams.
Yeah. And then I have 2 computers because like one is basically my desktop and I use that to watch videos. Like I watch YouTube all day or like online tutorials all day. And then my laptop is for me actually working. And then I have my notebook to write notes. I have my camera on my desk almost all the time because if I want to take pictures, I just want to be able to grab it and go. And I'm always on my phone. And actually, that is not my real phone. That is my other phone. I used my iPhone 11 to take the photo. The one that's on my desk is my iPhone 6S, which is the one I used previous to that. But there's almost always a phone on my desk.
And the corded phone, is that actually you have a telephone number that you pay AT&T?
I do. I pay Spectrum, and I have no idea what the phone number is. I think maybe 5 people have the phone number. Ron Miller is one of those people who have that phone number. And if it rings, I'll pick it up. If not, I pick up my phone.
That's cool.
That makes it an official office if you have a landline.
I do.
That's
I
awesome.
have an official landline. And then, on the left of my desk is my Synology, which is a NAS drive that I have. And then I have my little, external hard drive there next to it just to back up stuff. And Frank, yes, that is my beer and my water. I have beer and water.
Nice.
And you know why it's in a coffee cup? It's because it keeps it cooler because it's an insulated cup.
That's
Smart.
awesome.
But yeah, I mean, I have fun. I'm at work. I don't have to go to work like everyone else. Like, I don't have a 9-to-5 job anymore. That's why I haven't gotten a job. It's so I can do this. And here's another thing. You wouldn't want me in the picture because if I was, I'd be in my bra and underwear. And most likely it's just in my panties. You know, like, it's been hot.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
It's so
Yeah.
different when
Maybe-
you explain it.
Maybe, like, you know, one of these days I'll take a picture with me in it just with my back to everything. And you can just see that I'm just sitting there mostly naked working on shit. Because I can.
I love it. Do you actually use that cork board?
I used to. I don't anymore. It's actually, the cork board is for my vision board. I just haven't printed out my 2020 vision board.
Okay.
I used to just get a whole bunch of pictures, and then I would go to Walmart or Target or wherever I can get, like, you know, 19-cent prints.
Yeah.
And I would print everything I was hoping to accomplish for that year, and I would put it on that cork board. But I haven't done it this year because, like, I actually just made a vision board but put it as my desktop wallpaper.
Right. You know, you're so organized. I wish some of that would rub off on me.
It takes work. It takes a lot of work. It has to be done for me every single day.
Is that how you do it? Because sometimes and I'm sure this is just an excuse. Sometimes I feel like if my desk were this clean, I would forget about what I originally was trying to set out to do. Because it would take me an hour to get it, or longer. Let's not lie. It take me longer than an hour. You know.
What it is I do is I just clean it every single night right before I go to bed. And I set it up for the morning. Whatever I'm going to do in the morning, it's ready. So when I wake up, I stumble in, I'm half asleep, I just sit there and I just do whatever I need to do. And then it gets messier, like, throughout the day, and then it gets cleaner by the end of the night.
I like that. So you basically set it up for the next day, at the end of the day.
Yes.
That's nice.
Yeah, and it takes, like,
great idea.
it takes 10 minutes at most these days because it's such a routine now. I mean, it's different if I wasn't, like, you know.
Right.
When I was working all the time, it was not like this. It was like a mess of a desk. But now that I don't have to work somewhere else every day, it just gets cleaned. That's all.
Right. That's cool. I'm gonna try that. Maybe.
I'm going to try.
It takes a while. It's just like a diligence.
It's got to be a habit, right? It's got to turn into a habit.
Yeah. And then, like, twice a year, I do a thorough cleaning. So there's a National Clean Your Desk Day sometime in January. And then I do it then. And then like sometime in the middle of the year, I'll just do a thorough cleaning too. I'll just spend a couple hours
Yeah.
Wow. I had no idea people did these things. That's awesome.
Oh, you should see my fridge. My fridge is a mess.
Is it?
So don't feel like
bad.
Okay, yeah, don't feel bad. You should see my fridge. My fridge is a mess.
I love it. That's a great picture.
So would you like me to try to share mine? I have no idea how, but
yeah, Lori.
Yeah,
and
please.
this is like the kid who's always cutting class who brings in some sort of, you know, assignment that, I mean, fulfills assignment at the last minute, I guess. I don't know, except I'm not cutting class. I'm happy to be here. But okay, so I'm going to hit share content. Is that right?
Yeah, and then you'll see a bunch of little
screen.
Yeah, you'll see a bunch of little pictures
I'm
of
going
your
to try
stuff.
this. Oh, photos. Oh God, I hope all my photos don't pop up.
No, only
Okay.
whatever you want to.
Okay, there it is. See, I'm
Oh.
learning so much right now, believe it or not. So
Is that underwater?
that is an underwater shot. So, and I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I had some ideas, and I took one and I was like, no, that's just so dumb. And I didn't really know how to do this. So I wanted to come on the chat anyway, just to learn. And I was inspired to, I'm inspired to learn portrait photography because of this. But anyway,
Cool.
so one of the ideas I had was to take I'm really into surfing. I mean, surfing has saved my life over and over again. And so that's where I want to be, is surfing all the time. So what I wanted to do was try to take a wetsuit and throw it up in the air. And because of the skateboard photography, I thought I could get a good picture of it, but I just didn't have time to get to it. So
Right.
anyway, this I just shot yesterday on my GoPro. So that's where I like to be, is in the water.
Right.
No desk, nothing. Just
I think
So
that's a
there's-
great photo. That tells a lot,
Yeah.
you know, about
Yeah.
you.
well, that's my last minute attempt. But yeah, I mean, thinking it through, this is kind of been done over and over again, but just get a shot from the front of my board taking off on a wave or something like that, that would have been, you know, even better. But anyway, so
I love that. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah,
Oh,
is that a
thanks.
plant or something in the bottom? Bottom.
this is
fifth of-
underwater, so you can't see it, but through the water there are kind of these cliffs in the background, and there's a piece of seaweed floating there. So
That is
yeah.
great. That is
it's
so
my favorite
environmental.
beach. Yeah.
The first thing I thought of seeing this was viewing a wave crashing, but from the water up.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
So it just worked out really well
Mhm.
to be
Mhm.
exactly that. And like to say that much about how big surfing is in your life
Mhm.
is really cool.
Mhm. Well, thanks.
For me, it's really actually a powerful image, because I've been here. Like
Mhm.
like I feel like there's more going on than just the surf thing. Like I've been underwater,
Mhm.
trying to reach the top, trying to get
Yes.
that air. It's
Mhm.
quiet down there. It's silent,
Mhm.
but it's also holding you down in a way.
Mhm.
And you're trying to get to the top, and I swam the other way where I thought I was getting to the top, and my head hit the sand.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You ever done
That's
that?
really interesting.
Yeah, I've kind of, when I'm under there, I'm like, I like being here. I know I need air sooner or later, but it's so quiet and it's like a completely different world. And yeah, but I have been in the situation where, I need to get up now. I need to get some air.
Yeah.
I'm done being here. So
Yeah,
I
I'm
get
done
that
being
too.
here. So I get kind of like
Yeah.
a strong, I get a really strong emotion from this image.
So do I.
Okay.
And for me, it's peace and not struggling, because
Yes.
I've done it, and
Mhm.
I've always, I guess I'm lucky. I've always been able to get to the top, but I
Mhm.
stay underwater because it's just more peaceful. It's so
Mhm.
much more peaceful. It's just quiet, and you see the waves, and I don't know.
Mhm.
I get calm from this picture.
Good. I'm
Right.
glad.
And it's only for a moment that you get you get a glimpse into that peaceful world.
It really is. Just, I mean, I can never scuba dive. I wish I could, but I had a punctured lung, so that's not an option for me. So this is as close I can get to staying under the water, and I try to stay under there as long as possible sometimes. But
Right.
Okay, I
anyway,
want to hear the
well, thank
story
you.
about.
Uh-huh.
I want to hear the story about the punctured lung. That is
Oh,
insane.
that was just during a surgery, and a surgeon just kind of came a little too close to my lung when he was working. So yeah,
And it
but
never healed enough for you to really, be underwater enough?
it healed, but they just don't want me to ever scuba dive. I can fly. I can, they just don't want me subjected to that much pressure, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, but so not a super exciting story there. It was just a mistake.
I don't know. Malpractice is sometimes
No,
exciting.
It says a lot. That's a lot.
Oh, I signed that dang waiver though, you know.
I know, right?
All right, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna go give my driver directions to Rob's, and hopefully someone can still get Rob online.
Cool.
I should be there in 15 minutes, and I can help him once I'm there.
Awesome.
Okay, see you guys later.
Okay. Bye, Grace.
Thank you. Nice to meet
Uh-huh.
you.
Nice to meet you.
That was really good. That was a really great picture.
Thank you.
So I do like the picture, but in context again of like what we're doing, just a thought was like,
Oh, absolutely, please.
if maybe there were some bubbles blowing, so you can like tell that it was the perspective of the person.
Yes.
So
Right.
that's the only thing that came to mind of mine that in that that to me would have added more of a portraiture feel to it.
Yes, and I actually have pictures of me. We were taking pictures of each other jumping in the water, and I have the picture of, you know, how you jump in and there's all these air bubbles, but there were still my body parts in there. So I was thinking about that, but I'm like, nope, body parts doesn't work. But anyway, that would have been fun
that's
too.
good that you were thinking that way then, because that's kind of what this whole thing's all about. So awesome.
Get you thinking.
This is fun.
That's a wonderful picture. Wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, thinking can be hard for me sometimes. It hurts. So no pain, no gain though, right?
It gets better. Eventually we just get old enough and our brains turn to mush.
Yeah.
No feelings left whatsoever.
Yeah. And we don't know. So we're fine.
That was awesome.
So how are we doing, Frank? 89% done?
Thanks
No,
for editing.
no, I've been done. I was just eating, so I didn't want to do it. Well, I also wanted to add, like, seeing all these photos and hearing more of the stories, it just feels like these, if we did on separate projects, if we did more of them and then added them to at least just one portrait, it would actually make a really good piece, you know? Like a diptych even would be pretty cool.
That's a good idea.
Because it's, anyway.
Always trying to turn things into diptychs, though.
Of course.
What'd you say? He said dick pic. He thinks they should be dick pics.
Where's yours, Where's yours, Will?
You're looking at it.
Okay. I get it now. All right. For this one, I wanted to think more of what makes people unique in their lives. Growing up, knowledge has always been something that I've kind of admired and had been taught to, I guess, see in a person significantly. I've had like family members who have had really cool libraries, you know, and really small libraries, but the books were just so thick and meant so much more than the other books. So this is actually mine and my girlfriend's library. It's small, it's a start, but you know, that's exactly what it is a start.
How many photo books are there?
I think at least 10.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so we have some notebooks, photo books, a novel. Actually, this yellow manila folder is a dictionary of art language.
Oh, that's cool.
So I haven't read too much into it, but I want to be able to read the whole thing.
Yeah.
Our printer, of course. Here on the right is actually our emergency bag.
What does that mean? What is that for?
It's basically a bug out bag where it's we have food, you know, extra clothes for at least 2 weeks.
Right.
We can make last 2 weeks. But 3 days in emergency situations, that's, you know, if anything happens, we just grab that and we can head out the door.
Right.
So.
They're squatters, Ken, so they need to be ready.
Yes. squatters living in an attic.
Of a Walmart, right? I read that story this
Yep,
morning.
of a Walmart.
I thought it was a superstore.
Nine.
Yep. So we have different books that we have some NCAT books, we have some old textbooks, novels, photo books, memoirs. Yeah, and this has been like, I think we've been collecting and grabbing whatever we could throughout the place we moved out, and through like we've had friends who've given us books, you know, from like old libraries too.
Yeah.
Just something that I've been really fond of was my my art school's like library, because every couple weeks they'd fill out some sheets and then they have to send out more books. So they're just like, okay, well, this is for the students, you know, here you go.
That's so killer.
Yeah. And we have some essential oils on top, you know, you keep the energy up. But yeah,
And I see
it
you
was
also
kind of
your
tricky.
first pet there too, right?
The what?
Your first pet that you guys had together?
Where's the live, laugh,
Yes.
love sign?
Yes, this is our first pet.
Yeah, Will has a point. Is the live,
Got our
laugh,
target.
love sign like right above this?
The what?
The live, laugh, love sign made of wood that you found at a pottery barn?
I think it's just cropped out on the top. Yeah.
It was actually from Home Goods.
Oh, good. Hobby Lobby.
Here one.
We actually have some really cool wall art that's supposed to come in the next month from an artist friend of ours.
There it
It's
is.
gonna be, well, it's gonna be custom made dried flowers in a see-through frame.
Yeah, but you also had the keyword an artist friend of yours, so you're not seeing that for at least a year. We all have those artist friends. I'm still waiting on a couple of pieces myself.
In time.
I better go. My daughter's home, and I know she's going to need my attention. And
Okay.
anyway, but
no worries.
thank
Thanks
you
for
so
joining
much.
us.
Well, thank you so much. I
Yeah,
learned
thank
so
you.
much, and yeah, can't wait for the next one. All right, take care.
Cool. See you, Lori.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Lori.
All right, we are losing people left and right now. So who's left? I think that's Shiloh, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't gone yet.
It's time to go then, I guess.
Yeah, it won't let me while Frank's sharing.
Oh,
Okay.
Frank.
Oh, my bad.
Ah, the worst.
Ah,
Dang it, Frank. You threw off my groove.
He's grooveless now, Frank, because of you.
Okay, so
I feel like we're one click away from seeing something we shouldn't.
thanks. So I have to untoggle the mute because I'm messing with the window. So I apologize if the puppies get loud.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
So I took these this morning because I didn't really like the first ones I took several days ago. It was just kind of a group photo of the army men, and it just didn't really look that great. So I decided to go this route, mess around a little bit with the puppet. I kind of want to feature this guy in a couple YouTube videos, maybe. I don't know.
It's got some character.
It does, especially with my glasses on it. But this is the one that I really wanted to talk about a little bit. So as you can see, it's a portrait, but it's not a person. But I get these sandbags to put in the back of my car during the winter time to balance out the weight a little bit better traction, whatnot. Anyway, older bag. It's been sitting in the sun and it busted open. So I set this guy up on the sand that was coming out. So it turned out all right.
That's rad.
He looks like he does not want to be there.
reminds
Well,
me of,
it
Toy
is a
Story.
sandbox, so.
Like, I've never really paid attention to the faces on the army figures, but like for something being that small, There's actually some personality to it,
Yeah.
and it's sad, and I'm depressed now.
I like the color, you
Very
know.
effective photo.
Yeah, I thought, I was just trying to pick one that had a pose instead of just like aiming the rifle or one of the other ones like on the radio. But this is the one I picked for it because it's more of a pose, so
Yeah.
it fits better for portrait. But over here you can see the shot details.
Stats.
Is this an old army man or a new one?
This one is from a dollar store in the late 90s, I believe.
Okay.
Mid to late 90s.
Yeah.
He came in a kit with a couple tanks and some several green, several tan. But the other ones I took, I got a couple okay ones, but wanted to do some more this morning because I didn't really like the other ones that much. That I just set them up on my stove and kind of a group photo thing. So this one's more of a portrait.
I feel like you can't go wrong with an army man. Maybe because I'm a guy, I played with these things. It's kind of bringing me back. I haven't seen one of these things in 40 years,
Yeah, it's kind of fun to break them out of the box like the other ones. I did find a couple old, like I have this box basically. I don't know why I saved just these particularly mindset at the time, but I got rid of a lot of my childhood stuff and ended up keeping several of these army guys and my die-cast planes and a lot of cars. I have a lot of cars, but they're all, I don't have any, classics that are still in the box. So it's not like I'm a Hot Wheels collector or anything, but, I thought just throwing these guys out there, taking a couple pictures, it just kind of worked, throwing this one in the car and then throwing this one on that busted sandbag.
Yeah, I like it.
But
did you purposely make this color of dirt sort of, oppose the green, or was that just happenstance?
It was more like I just walked outside. Once I picked this guy out, I just walked outside with my camera and I kind of looked around. I saw the busted sandbag, and so I did mash down kind of this path where he's standing. And it actually worked out perfect to cover the stand at the bottom, the big flat piece. So it actually looks like he's just standing there in the classic sandbox deployed in Iraq or Afghanistan or something. But obviously, besides the inaccuracy of the fact that he's still green instead of desert camo, but none of the tan guys would have worked for this because they would have blended in too much. So since he's the subject, I stuck with him. But I like the way it turned out with the shallow depth of field and being focused so close to the lens and everything. The backdrop, it actually looks like it's a hillside behind him instead of a 2 or 3 inch tall kind of drape out of the sandbag as it's leaking onto the ground.
Which to a kid, that's the way it looks. It looks real.
It does. Me too.
I really do like some of these. Here's the couple more I took with the toys that I dug out of the box. I didn't even remember. I'm a big old school square body GM truck fan. And I totally forgot that I had these two. But yeah, this is just on top of an old shingle, believe it or not, that blew into the yard.
Looks like a road. Like a really gnarly road.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. By the way, whoever's on the phone with Rob, tell him to let me in. I've been sitting out in front of him for a while.
He stopped talking to us a while ago. He just said he's not coming on.
I have to pee so freaking bad. You don't even know.
So here's the first ones. When I first got them out of the box, I threw these guys up on that shingle on top of my stove, and I just kind of, seeing what I had, I laid them all out on that shingle and took those. But
wait, when you say stove, are you saying like there's an outdoor one, or?
No, this is inside my trailer on top of the stovetop.
Oh wow! It totally looks like you were still on that sand pile.
Yeah.
I kept door in a trailer.
Yeah, I just found this shingle that was busted and laying in the yard, but this is my favorite of ones.
I think you chose right. I mean, like for me, that communicates the best. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, and I went out there perfect timing too. It's you know, the sun's a little bit higher than I maybe would have wanted, but you know, if I leaned him back to get his eyes, the eyes are like the worst feature of these army men because it's so small, the details aren't really there.
Mm.
But the facial, you know, the nose and the facial expression is almost there. So it actually kind of worked out for the personless portrait.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's cool.
I actually think the lighting's fine. Like it just seems like a hot day. Like I mean, that's just what happens.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
it
you play with
kinda-
those things, that's what it looks like.
it definitely fits with the backdrop for sure, giving it that feel like it's out in the Mid East.
Ooh, so you're a Minolta guy.
I have a Pentax. My digital is a Canon. So yeah, as far as the film, I am leaning toward the Minoltas. I did get back what I had in the Pentax, and it didn't turn out really the way that I would have wanted. But now that I know how it shoots, I'm going to throw some black and white in there and try some different, you know, knowing the characteristics gives me the opportunity to say, oh, this is a shot for that camera and the way it shoots.